decided that we wanted to donate to the K-9 unit because we just love K-9 dogs and we really want to help them out.
Anytime we have to take them to the vet, annual checkups, annual vaccines, one of them gets sick, just some simple things like grooming, all of that is paid for through the funds that are donated into the department for the K-9 positions.
Lane and Julia made forever friends today by donating more than $300 to the Lawrence Hobart K-9 Police Department. The two girls set up a lemonade stand on the 7th hole of a local golf course where the fire and police departments were having their annual golf outing. Smart move. There, the girls made friends with the officers Manning and the department's therapy dog Arlo. They decided then to donate their profits to the department's K-9 unit, which is 100% funded by donations.